Welcome to the Deep Dive, curated specifically for the Vintage Car Chronicles show, available on Spotify, Deezer, Apple Music, and YouTube. Today we're going to buckle up for a ride through the career of Gordon Murray, a real icon in automotive design.
Oh, yeah, Murray, one of the greats, for sure.
Now, for anyone out there who might not know him, Murray is the mind behind some incredible race cars and the legendary McLaren F1. We've got articles, excerpts, even some personal stories about the man, so let's dive in.
I think what always stands out to me with Gordon Murray is his dedication to innovation. It's not just about flashy gimmicks or chasing trends. He's got this deep understanding of the mechanics, the aerodynamics, and he's always pushing the limits of what's possible, whether it's Formula One supercars, even city cars.
Yeah, and it all started back in South Africa, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing to me that he built his first race car from scrap before he was even 21.
Almost like a modern Enzo Ferrari, just tinkering away in a workshop. But that hands-on experience really laid the foundation for his career. He got to see how cars worked at their most basic level.
And he didn't just build it, he raced that thing too. Won the South African National Class Championship.
So not just a hobbyist, a real competitor from the start.
And then he sets his sights on the UK, the heart of Formula One, ends up at Brabham, designing some truly groundbreaking cars.
Oh yeah, Brabham. That was a proving ground for Murray.
You got to talk about the fan car, the BT46B. I mean, who else would think to literally suck a car to the track?
The fan car was definitely controversial. Some even called it unsportsmanlike. But it was technically legal, and it showed Murray's strategic mind. He knew the rules inside and out, and wasn't afraid to bend them.
That's for sure. It definitely shook things up in Formula One. But he also innovated in ways that actually became standard practice.
Oh, absolutely.
Like hydro pneumatic suspension for incredible stability and handling.
Right, and carbon brakes for lighter weight and more stopping power.
And those low-line designs that became his signature.
Form and function, Murray always understood that connection.
And you can't forget his revolutionizing of pit stops.
Yeah, before Murray pit stops were just a quick refuel and tire change. He turned them into a strategic element, a way to gain an advantage.
It's like a choreographed ballet now.
And it's all thanks to Murray.
It's crazy to think how many of his ideas, once seen as radical, are now commonplace.
A true visionary ahead of his time.
So after Brabham, he moves on to McLaren. And this is where things really take off.
McLaren, the team of Senna Prost, some of the biggest names in racing.
And Murray's designs help them dominate Formula One.
The MP44, that's got to be one of the most dominant cars ever.
15 wins out of 16 races in 1988. What was it about that car that made it so special?
Well, it was more than just raw power. Murray understood the importance of aerodynamics, reliability, drivability. The drivers loved it because it was predictable, yet incredibly fast.
So it was a well-rounded machine, not just a one-trick pony.
Exactly. That's a signature of Murray's designs. He doesn't just go for brute force. It's about balance and harmony.
And that philosophy really comes through in the McLaren F1, his most famous road car. Even today, it's considered one of the greatest supercars ever built.
It's a pure driver's car. Murray wanted to create the ultimate connection between driver and machine.
And he achieved that through lightweight design and obsessive attention to detail.
Oh, absolutely.
Like using gold foil in the engine bay to reflect heat. No expense spared.
Classic Murray.
Right.
He's always willing to go the extra mile, even if it seems unconventional.
And it paid off. The F1 is a legend, a testament to his genius and his vision.
It really is.
Well, what I find really interesting is that Murray didn't stop there. He saw the need for a more sustainable future and started exploring new ideas for city cars in eco-friendly manufacturing.
That's what makes him so remarkable. He's not just about performance, he's thinking about the bigger picture.
And that leads us to iStream, his revolutionary manufacturing process.
iStream is all about efficiency, affordability, and sustainability.
All right, break that down for me. What exactly is iStream and how does it work?
Imagine building a car like you'd build a model airplane. Lightweight composite materials, a modular assembly process.
So it's like a high-tech Lego set for cars.
You could say that. It uses a lightweight tubular frame like a skeleton, and then you attach these pre-made panels to form the body.
And how does that make it more efficient and eco-friendly?
Well, less material means less weight, which means better fuel efficiency and lower emissions. Plus, the modular design lets you build lots of different types of vehicles using the same platform.
From city cars to SUVs, all in a smaller factory footprint.
Exactly.
This iStream thing sounds like it could really shake up the auto industry.
It has the potential to be a real game changer.
So it's not just a concept, it's actually being put into practice.
Several companies are looking into it, and Gordon Murray Design is leading the way.
So Murray's not just a dreamer, he's a doer.
He's always been about turning his vision into reality.
That's what makes him so inspiring.
He's a true pioneer.
But before we get into the specifics of iStream and some of his other later projects, I want to go back to his time at Brabham for a bit. That team under Bernie Ecclestone, they were like the rock stars of Formula One.
Oh, yeah, they were a colorful bunch.
Yeah. The sources mention Ecclestone flying commercial with the team crammed into economy like everyone else. Can you imagine that happening today with all the private jets and sponsorships?
Not a chance. Back then, it was much more about the passion, the camaraderie. They were a tight-knit group.
Like a band of brothers taking on the world.
And that spirit fueled their creativity and their willingness to take risks.
Which brings us back to that fan car, the BT46B. It really stirred things up, didn't it?
It caused quite a commotion.
Niki Lauda wins the Swedish Grand Prix in its debut. And immediately there are protests.
Rival teams claimed it was unsafe, unfair, gave Brabham too much of an advantage.
So what happened? Did they ban it?
Ecclestone, being the shrewd operator, he decided to withdraw the car, even though it was technically legal. He knew pushing things too far could hurt Formula One in the long run.
So he was thinking ahead, playing the long game.
And it worked. He became one of the most powerful figures in motorsport history.
But the fan car wasn't the only innovation that changed things.
Oh, no, not at all.
Mid-race refueling tire changes that all started with Murray at Brabham.
Another revolutionary idea.
Completely changed the strategy of the races.
And made pit stops much more exciting.
But let's not forget the cars themselves. The BP49, the BT52, both designed by Murray, won Nelson Piquet World Championships.
Those were some incredible machines.
They were fast, but they were also incredibly innovative.
The BT49 had that revolutionary hydraulic pneumatic suspension system.
That helped to take advantage of ground effect, right?
Exactly.
So for someone like me who's not an engineer, what exactly is ground effect?
Think of it like this. When a car goes really fast, the air underneath, it creates a low pressure zone. It basically sucks the car down towards the track. This means more grip, more stability, but faster cornering.
Oh, okay, I get it. So Murray's suspension system helped the BT49 exploit that.
Brilliantly. It gave Brabham a real edge.
And what about the BT52? What made that one so special?
The BT52 was aerodynamic perfection. Like a dart, it sliced through the air with minimal drag, one of the fastest cars on the grid.
And it looked amazing, too.
Oh, it was stunning. Still considered one of the most beautiful Formula One cars ever.
But then there was the BT55 in '86, Murray's last design for Brabham. This one was radical. Super low profile, the driver practically lying down.
It was supposed to be a game changer, but things didn't quite go as planned.
What happened?
Engine problems, mostly. The design put too much stress on the BMW turbo engine.
So ambition maybe got ahead of practicality?
It happens even to the best.
It was a disappointing end to his time at Brabham.
Mm-hmm.
But it also led him to McLaren.
Where he'd achieve even greater things.
But before we jump into that, I'm curious about the man himself. What makes Gordon Murray tick? What drives him?
He's a visionary, a perfectionist with an incredible eye for detail.
And he's known for his hands-on approach.
Oh, absolutely. Prefers working with models and sketches rather than just computer simulations.
Makes sense considering how he started.
It's all about that connection to the car, the feel of it.
He values driver feedback, the human element.
Which is refreshing in today's world of data and simulations.
And that comes through in his designs. They're not just technical marvels, they're beautiful and intuitive.
Form follows function.
He's also a big advocate for lightweight design.
It's a core principle for him.
Lighter weight means better performance, better efficiency, better for the environment.
It's a philosophy that's carried through all his work, from Formula One to the F1 to his city car projects.
A consistent vision.
A testament to his integrity.
He's not chasing trends. He's doing his own thing and letting the results speak for themselves.
And that's why he's so respected in the industry.
There's a great story about him receiving a model of his BT52 at an awards ceremony.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one.
Instead of just admiring it, he starts picking it apart, looking for flaws and improvements.
Always analyzing, always pushing for better.
That's Gordon Murray for you.
A true master of his craft.
And speaking of masters, let's move on to his time at McLaren. This is where he really solidified his legacy.
McLaren was a golden age for both Murray and the team.
Formula One dominance, a legendary supercar.
Get ready for some incredible stories.
I can't wait.
All right, so Gordon Murray arrives at McLaren in 1987.
Yeah, a big change from Brabham.
Right, going from this underdog team to a powerhouse like McLaren.
And McLaren under Ron Dennis, They were ready to win.
They had the resources, the ambition.
And now with Murray, they had the design genius.
A perfect combination, and the results speak for themselves.
The MP44, it's still the gold standard for Formula One dominance.
An absolute masterpiece.
15 wins out of 16 races in '88.
Unheard of.
What made that car so special?
Well, it was a combination of things: aerodynamics, power, reliability, and Murray's understanding of how to bring it all together.
The drivers loved it too.
Oh yeah, Senna Prost, they could push that car to its limit.
It was predictable, but also incredibly fast.
It was adaptable too.
Right, with all the advanced tech like carbon fiber and active suspension.
Murray was always innovating, pushing the boundaries.
Never satisfied with good enough.
Exactly, he wanted to revolutionize the sport.
And you could argue that he did.
His innovations at McLaren had a huge impact on Formula One.
Other teams had to catch up.
He raised the bar for everyone.
But it wasn't just about the technology.
Right.
Murray was also a great leader. He knew how to inspire his team.
He created a culture of creativity and collaboration.
He built a team of superstars.
And many of them went on to have incredible careers.
So he shaped the future of motorsport in more ways than one.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've talked about Formula One, but we can't forget about Murray's road cars, specifically the McLaren F1.
The F1, the holy grail of supercars.
It's more than just a car, it's an icon.
A symbol of what's possible when you combine passion and engineering brilliance.
What sets it apart?
It's a pure driver's car. Murray wanted to create the ultimate connection between man and machine.
And he did it by stripping away all the unnecessary stuff.
No distractions, just pure driving pleasure.
Lightweight design, obsessive attention to detail.
Like using gold foil in the engine bay to reflect heat.
No expense spared.
That's great for you.
The F1 is a legend. It's still considered one of the greatest cars ever built.
And it just keeps appreciating in value.
But here's the thing. Murray didn't stop there. He started thinking about the future, about sustainability.
He's always been ahead of the curve.
And that led him to iStream.
Right. His revolutionary manufacturing process.
So tell me more about iStream.
It's a whole new way of thinking about car production. It's about efficiency, affordability, and minimizing environmental impact.
So how does it work?
Instead of heavy steel panels, they use lightweight composites.
Like building a car out of Lego.
Kinda, yeah. It's a modular system. Lightweight frame, pre-made panels, easy to assemble.
And that makes it more eco-friendly.
Absolutely. Less weight, less fuel consumption, fewer emissions.
Plus, you can build all sorts of vehicles using the same platform.
Exactly. City cars, SUVs, you name it.
This iStream thing, it sounds like a game changer.
It has the potential to be.
Is anyone using it yet?
Several companies are exploring it, and Gordon Murray Design is leading the charge.
They've already built some pretty impressive cars using iStream.
Like the T.25 City car.
The one that's so small it can fit in an elevator.
That's the one. It's tiny, but surprisingly spacious and comfortable.
Perfect for city driving.
And with its lightweight design and efficient engine, it's got a minimal environmental impact.
This is all part of Murray's vision for a sustainable future, right?
Absolutely.
Smaller, more efficient cars designed for urban environments.
And iStream is key to making that vision a reality.
So it's not just about building eco-friendly cars, it's about making them accessible to everyone.
Exactly.
Murray believes sustainability shouldn't be a luxury, it should be the norm. And he's not just talking about city cars.
Right.
He also designed the OX, that flat-pack truck for developing countries.
The OX is a brilliant example of Murray's ingenuity.
Tell me more about it.
It's designed to be incredibly durable and easy to assemble.
And it can handle rough terrain.
Perfect for transporting goods in remote areas.
So he can go from designing million-dollar supercars to creating practical vehicles for those in need.
It shows his versatility, his commitment to using his skills to make a difference.
So what's next for Gordon Murray?
Well, he's never one to sit still.
Is he still working on new projects?
Always.
What's he got up his sleeve?
Well, he recently founded Gordon Murray Automotive.
And they've already released a new supercar, the T50.
A spiritual successor to the McLaren F1.
Wow. A new Gordon Murray supercar.
It's incredible.
What's it like?
Well, it's got a naturally aspirated V12 engine that revs to 12,100 RPM.
That's insane.
And some groundbreaking aerodynamic innovation.
Like that huge fan at the back.
Yeah, it literally sucks the car to the road.
The T50 is proof that Murray's still pushing the boundaries.
He's still got that fire in his belly.
So what's the takeaway from all this?
Gordon Murray is a true visionary.
He's a legend.
He's never stopped innovating. never stopped pushing the limits.
And he's inspired so many others.
He's shown us what's possible with passion, ingenuity, and determination.
His story is a testament to the power of human creativity.
And the enduring allure of the automobile.
Right, so we've talked Formula One, we've talked supercars.
Yeah, the highlights.
But now let's get into this ice stream process you mentioned, this whole sustainable manufacturing thing.
iStream, it's really fascinating. It's not just a new technology, it's a whole new philosophy of car making.
Okay, so not just building a better car, but building it better.
Exactly.
So traditional manufacturing, it's pretty resource heavy, right?
Oh, yeah. Huge factories, tons of steel, complicated processes.
And iStream aims to change all that.
Simplify, streamline, make it more sustainable.
All right, walk me through it. How does it actually work?
Okay, so instead of those big, heavy steel panels, iStream uses lightweight composite materials. They're molded into shape.
So kind of like building a car out of Legos.
In a way, yeah. You've got a lightweight frame, sort of like a skeleton, and then you attach these pre-made panels to create the body.
And that makes it more efficient and eco-friendly, how?
Well, first off, less material means less weight. Later, cars use less fuel, produce fewer emissions.
Makes sense.
Plus, the modular design means you can build a wider range of vehicles using the same basic platform.
So you could have a city car, an SUV, all built using the same system.
Exactly. And that means smaller factories, less waste overall.
iStream really sounds like it could be a game changer.
It has that potential for sure.
But is anyone actually using it?
It's still early days, but yeah, several companies are looking into it,
And Gordon Murray Design is at the forefront, right?
leading the way.
They already built some pretty cool cars using this process.
The T.25 city car, for example.
That tiny little thing, the one that can practically fit in an elevator.
Yeah, that one.
What's it like?
Well, it's incredibly compact, but it's still got a surprisingly spacious interior.
So it's perfect for navigating crowded city streets.
Exactly. And thanks to its lightweight design and efficient engine, it's got a really small environmental footprint.
This is all part of Murray's vision for a more sustainable future, isn't it?
Absolutely. He sees the need for smaller, more efficient vehicles, especially in urban environments.
And iStream is a big part of making that happen.
It's not just about building eco-friendly cars, it's about making them affordable and accessible to everyone.
Right, so sustainability shouldn't be a luxury.
Exactly, it should be the norm.
Now, speaking of making a difference, there's also the OX, that flat-pack truck Murray designed.
The OX is a great example of his ingenuity.
Yeah, tell me more about that one.
So it's designed to be incredibly durable and easy to assemble. You can basically ship it anywhere in the world and put it together relatively quickly.
And it's built for rough terrain.
Perfect for transporting goods in developing countries where the infrastructure might not be great.
It's amazing how Murray can go from designing these high-performance supercars to creating something so practical and essential.
He's a true problem solver.
So what's next for Gordon Murray?
Well, he's never one to rest on his laurels.
He's always got something cooking.
He recently founded Gordon Murray Automotive.
Oh yeah, I read about that.
And they've already released a new supercar, the T50.
No way, a new Gordon Murray supercar.
Yep, a spiritual successor to the McLaren F1.
I gotta see this thing. What's it like?
It's mind-blowing. It's got a naturally aspirated V12 that revs to 12,100 RPM.
Wow.
And it's packed with all sorts of aerodynamic innovations.
Like that giant fan at the rear.
Yeah, that thing literally helps suck the car to the road.
The T50 is proof that Murray's still pushing the boundaries even after all these years.
He's still got that passion, that drive to create something truly special.
So what's the takeaway from all of this? What's Gordon Murray's legacy?
I think his legacy is one of innovation and a relentless pursuit of excellence.
He's always looking for a better way to do things, whether it's designing a race car, supercar, or finding solutions for a more sustainable future.
He's a true visionary, a leader, and an inspiration to anyone who wants to make a difference in the world.
Well said. I think that sums it perfectly. Gordon Murray is a true icon in the automotive world, and his story is one that deserves to be told. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the incredible career of Gordon Murray. We hope you enjoyed the ride. Remember, a new episode drops every day, so subscribe and stay tuned for more fascinating explorations. This deep dive was curated specifically for the Vintage Car Chronicles show, available on Spotify, Deezer, Apple Music, and YouTube. Check out the show for even more automotive history and stories